All right, so here is day 75 for our AeroGarden Farm. This is our tomato garden. That is exactly day 75. So just you can see on the right side there, the tall one, that is our Golden Harvest tomato plant. In the front, that is, and all the other three, I should say, are all the Heirloom Cherry Tomato plants. I will say from the outset, all four of those tomato plants, they were grown from seeds that were expired by 2.5 years. So they expired in June of 2021, and we planted them in December of 2023. So now it's day 75. This plant in the front, this one was the best and quickest growing one. Germinated really quickly and was strong right from the get-go. This one has a lot of flower buds and was actually, out of the four plants, the first one to get a flower bud, and that was on day 49 where actually the flower bloomed. So our 50-day video shows that day. But yeah, it got the first flower blooming on 49. But today is 75, and we're still not seeing any fruits forming on these, as in tomatoes. We've done multiple methods of pollination on a regular basis, either by shaking the plant, using the trellis, or just shaking the stem of the plant to shake them gently. We've been using the paintbrush method to go in there and actually tickle the flowers blooming. And we've also been using a little small fan to try to create some wind and some swirling around. So it's been doing that on a regular basis, usually a couple times a day, and still just not seeing any luck with some of these flower buds. This plant on the left side is what I consider as the runt of the litter. This one took a very long time to actually start growing, but it finally picked up some nice momentum, and it did grow pretty nicely. And it does have a few flower buds on there. The one in the back was doing pretty good pretty quickly but not quite as good as the one in the front. This one certainly has a lot of flower buds on there too, some blooming flowers, which we've been trying to do the pollination with on the various methods I mentioned. And here's the big guy, the Golden Harvest tomato plant. This one's the one I'm most excited about. This is about 28 inches tall now on day 75. On day 50, it was at 17 inches, so it's grown almost a foot since then. So many flower buds on this thing, so many flowers that bloomed. We've been pollinating regularly, and still not any tomatoes coming. I don't understand why. This one's been the one I've pruned the most. But I mean, just look at all these flower buds and flowers on there, and they're all kind of drying up. Ever since day about 32, we started adding CalMag, about 4 or 5 milliliters, in between the normal AeroGarden plant food feedings, which those are every 2 weeks. But this Golden Harvest plant, we certainly did the most pruning on. I was trying to avoid it overtaking the lettuce garden, which is to its right. So I was trying to make this one tall so all the branches would be over the top of the light, which that was successful. But I don't know if that maybe triggered all these flowers to be in the same area like that right there. But maybe that's the problem, that there's so many of them in the same spot. I'm not sure. But I did see one exciting thing this morning when I was getting ready to shoot this video, is that we do have one small baby tomato, which I will show you here. So I'm going to zoom in here on the one that is actually a tomato, which was exciting. So I'm going to zoom in here, and we're going to freeze this just so you can get a nice look at that baby tomato. But I'm also freezing this because I was pretty excited about this, seeing this tomato. But as I unfreeze this, I'm warning you, some viewers might find this troubling, so viewer discretion is advised, because as I was getting the angle here, as you can see, unfreeze it, and I snapped the stem. So yeah, the one tomato that I was excited about, day 75, I was trying to get a little bit better angle for you guys to see, and I snapped it. So, and then I stopped recording and it fell off, so I killed that one. But I do have a couple other ones on there, which I'm not going to bend. See if we can get this thing going. Now, overall, we're super thrilled with this thing. It's been very fun to be doing this, and it's very fascinating to be watching these things grow each day, and just to see where new things sprout up. I feel like I've learned quite a bit about plants and their behavior and how you can kind of steer them, and you can kind of predict where the flower buds are going to pop up, which is very interesting. Now let's take a closer look in the front here. This small one that you see in the front as we pan across the bottom here. This is not a one that we planted from seed. This is actually one of the cuttings I took from the golden tomato plant. And this is my attempt number 5 to grow a tomato plant from a cutting. And obviously the first 4 of those attempts have failed. I put them all in that same spot, trying to take advantage of the light from the lettuce garden, which is just to the right here. But so far I've failed on the previous 4, and we'll see how this one goes. And we're actually going to zoom ahead 5 days because I'm editing this video on day 80. So I took a quick shot updating us on this little golden tomato and lifting this out of here. What do we see? Lo and behold, we have some roots taking hold. So I'm quite excited about that for sure. Finally, some success. Now as we pan across the bottom of this, you'll see that I don't have a lot of branches underneath. Generally, like with the golden tomato plant, I was really trying to keep that out of the lettuce garden, so I was trying to grow that one tall and over the top of that light. But with these other ones, the leaves underneath, they don't seem like they're going to produce any flower buds. They take up a lot of energy because the leaves get pretty big. So I generally just keep cutting off those ones because they're not getting any light underneath there. So I just kind of keep trimming away at the bottom, so there's not a lot of wasted energy. I'm still learning at this. I'm still quite new, but it's been quite an interesting first 75 days, and I will continue to keep you posted on this garden's progress and if I ever actually get any tomatoes. If you have any ideas on what might be causing the lack of tomatoes so far, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe to our channel, and looking forward to sharing more with you.